All right, it is day one of the Amazon Affiliates Challenge that I'm doing, and we set up our Amazon influencer account. Right now, I guess it's kind of like under my main channel name because like the first thing I noticed is like the link that it goes to. I'll link it down below, I guess, but it goes to Amazon.com shop Scott Liu. So that's like what I set as my name initially when I first signed up for the Amazon influencer account, and it just like set the link as that afterwards. And I can't seem to change it, so that's unfortunate. It's not going to be the name of the channel, which is C Simplicity. Well, it's fine. It's just a link. So, and I'm also going to just say my name in the channel as well, just to say like it's Scott from C Simplicity or something. And I like the alliteration, like just lots of S's, I guess. But anyways, that's one thing I noticed that you might want to be careful of, like when you choose your name. Like it might, I don't know if this is like completely true, but it might make the link that because I don't know how else, like where else it would draw from in terms of like my name other than the fact that I inserted it. Anyways, so what I did mainly today was just this, is work on the Amazon storefront for my Amazon influencer account. And of course, you kind of need to be approved for it. So because I have done YouTube for a while, I just submitted that as my account, and they instantly was like, okay, you're good, and then I could just set it up. So I think you should still be able to set it up with like few subscribers. Maybe like I asked ChatGPT and they said maybe like 1,000 to 2,000. But I was just like, I might as well just play it safe and use my actual main YouTube account. So I'll be linking this storefront to my main channel as well. But basically they ask for like your best account if you have multiple. So yeah. And that's basically all I did. I was also rewatching some of the course stuff, and they actually had like a niche formula that I didn't really fully follow. What I decided as my niche is just like a minimalist approach to productivity, right? But it's kind of very broad in general. So the niche formula is actually I help this parentheses specific person solve this problem through something you love and could talk about for years. So I need to fill in those three things: specific person, specific problem, and what I love and can talk about for years. So the specific person, I decided it kind of makes sense to just like talk to like a past version of me. So basically somebody who's like trying to get started with creating things, like a video creator or creator in general, or somebody who wants to like a freelancer, or somebody who wants to like make money. Like, so that's my target audience. I know it's kind of broad and general, but I think for now, I'll target like past me. So somebody who's like around the starting point of doing like YouTube and creative stuff, basically. And then the problem is, they're overwhelmed, they're disorganized, they don't know like what to do, they're being unproductive. It's like, what do you focus on first, right? And those are the things that I'll talk about in my channel, like basically my past, what I learned from my past, and the thing that I can talk about for years that I love. I mean, I don't know if I love organization and productivity. I certainly like doing it, but I definitely can't shut up about it. So I'm like always talking about it, like literally all the time. Even on my second channel, like when I was in Japan, I'm pretty sure like a third of those videos are me talking about like productivity and mindsets and all that stuff, just like thinking about life stuff in general. So I naturally do it. But yeah, I don't know if it's something I love And that's exactly why I'm also, eventually going to actually do stuff for my piano channel, because that's like actually something I love. And sort of like the two different things, right? Something you love versus something you could talk about all the time. But at least I meet one of those. So that's a niche formula. It's a little bit different from like saying, oh, a minimalist approach to productivity. It feels a bit more, I don't know. I mean, it's good that you like try to focus on a problem and try to solve that problem for someone. Like that's something I need to remember to do for the channel. And but a part of me feels like the way it's structured, it's almost like less posts about stuff than it is about just like ideas. But there's always a way to relate stuff to ideas. So just being like productive with just like how do you be productive, right? How do you get a little less overwhelmed? You organize, and your physical space also matters quite a lot. So, like for instance, this right here, it's pretty clean. It's my way of organizing things, and like I can just talk about this setup quite easily, because if I had a messy setup, I would definitely be less productive. I would feel inclined to clean it. That's kind of like what happened to me in the past all the time. If I was messy, I would just start cleaning to procrastinate. Anyways, this is basically my post to the Facebook group that is the community that came with the course, and I'm just gonna post this here. This will probably just be my summary of the day of like what I did, and then I also have questions for them as well that they didn't really cover in the course. So, like, how many posts should you make on the Amazon influencer account? Does the link name matter that much? Because if it does, then I mean, I'm sure it doesn't, but I'm curious what they say. And then how often should I be posting on the Amazon influencer account? Because it's sort of like kit.com, if you've ever used it before. Kit is like a place where you can just like recommend the stuff that you have, like your gear basically. So I basically just like did another version of that. Like I organized like my desk setup, like everything here. So you can basically buy everything on my desk through my Amazon storefront now, because that's where I bought most of it. And then yeah, and then some video gear as well as some audio gear, because that's like what I know, what I've worked with for a long time. And yeah, I just asked them like how often should I be posting to it, because on your storefront page, apparently you can post like photos and videos and stuff like that. And in the course, they mention it and they show you that you can post it, but like how often should you do it? Like, and yeah, and it's not in the 30 days, because I think the course assumes that maybe you can't access the Amazon influencer thing immediately. So they didn't put anything in there. So I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know how much work I should put into this for the storefront page. But I did make 4 lists, and they have like a lot of the stuff that I find very, very useful and helpful. So including this and the camera and this microphone and this microphone like studio arm. Yeah, it includes a lot of stuff basically. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much done. This took it like way longer than expected, like 2 to 3 hours. Holy crap. But it's supposed to be, at least for this challenge, I'm trying to make it at least just like work for 1 hour. This one definitely took more than 1 hour, unfortunately. But yeah, I have a lot to do still. So I guess it's going to be a bit of a late night. But anyways, that's pretty much it for day 1 of this challenge. That's what you're supposed to do initially. You're either setting up an associates account or an influencer account. Technically, I'm also supposed to post something today, but I'll just make 2 posts sometime during this challenge. And because sometimes it's like post a story or something. So on Instagram, because their main social media is Instagram. Like this, they're assuming that you're also going to be like Well, they I guess the other things have stories as well, right? Like I'm not too sure, but they mainly talk about like reels and TikToks. So I'm pretty sure you're making short form content for most of it, like short form video, like vertical video, and then occasional like stories, and that's it. So anything that can do that, I guess those are the things you can do. Does YouTube have stories? I'm so out of touch with like what's going on with the social media apps, even though I'm on YouTube uploading all the time. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm pretty sure. If I miss anything, I'll talk about it tomorrow. I really need to get to editing something for a friend. And then these questions, once they're answered, I'll also like mention it to the camera so so that we have like some idea of, you know, how often we should post and how much does it matter to post initially. And also I think for the Amazon associates, you can just immediately do it. Like you don't have to have any verification. You can just become an Amazon associate. At least I think that's what the course video said. That's not how it was back then. Back then you would also need like some social media or something where you're like, okay, I'm going to post my stuff on here. But and then they sort of verify you. But maybe that changed. That was like a long time ago. So okay, that's definitely going to be it now. I'm going to stop talking. That was day one, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.